Today we are focusing on Hunkydory's latest. This is called Amongst the Flowers. Now this is a decoupage topper kit and you can make 64 layered embellishments. Wow, isn't that neat? And it's going to look, they can look something like this. You see the layers there, but we have so many things to share with you about this kit, so please come play with us. So just to go into this kit a little bit, now Heidi has made 4 cards using 4 of the topper sheets, but let me show you the ones she didn't use. And as you can see, this has got puppies and kittens. So each of the 32 sheets has 2 designs. And as you can see, let's focus on the puppies up here. So you've got this full image with the basket, and then you've got images that get progressively smaller. So here is the next largest, and then this one, and then this one, and then that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And then you get some greetings too. So the idea is that you pop them out, and this being Hunkydory, you know, they just pop out like this, and you layer them with foam tape. So you would take the biggest one, glue that flat to your card, your page, whatever you're doing, then take the next largest one and foam tape it, matching the art, and continue that process all the way through. And then of course add your greetings. Now because this is Hunkydory, they are also foiled, so that's so neat, and there's just so much that you can do with them. So let's get into our cards and let me show you what Heidi has done. This is the first, and as you can see the layers, and you can use all of them, and I think Heidi has done that with all of the project, but here's a tip. You can, let's go back to our puppies, you can maybe use this on one and maybe just do 1 or 2 layers and take the others and use them on another card. So that works especially well when you've got the next layer that's slightly smaller but still has all the pieces. In this case, the basket is in both of them. So hopefully that makes sense to you, but indeed you're going to make 64 finished items with this kit. So you could double that to, well, 124, so that's not bad. So let me show you what Heidi has done. And in each of these cards, she has used one of our Dazzle card kits, and this is what they look like. And this happens to be the Dazzle cards curved, so you can see these curved top and the curved bottom. Now they come in white, and they're called Dazzle'ems because you can add dazzle stickers. In fact, they're designed to have areas that the dazzles would fit perfectly. So you see the shine, those circular shines, well, those are jewel dazzles. And then on the edge, you can see the border dazzles. So that works nicely with the foiling on the card itself. And what Heidi has done to add color in all of these is she has used the Prism ink pads and a blending brush of any size. Ours has 3 of them. And in this case, she started off with the roasted pumpkin. So she used roasted pumpkin and earth red and started from the edge of her card, placing it on a craft mat, and simply dipped into the ink and then brushed it, again, as I said, starting from the edge of the craft mat, and just brought it in. And you're going to get some color added. And what's nice is you're not going to have any lines. It's going to be very smooth, so that's going to work beautifully. So that's what she has done on the front of this card. Now what else she has done is, as I said, she used the gold jewel dazzles, excuse me, gold thin line dazzles, and the gold jewel dazzles, the circles. So that is in the art and then again on the edge. Now, she also has used a cutting die, and this is Luscious Lace, which we brought out earlier this year. And on the front of the card, she has used the circular one, which is 4 inches wide. And I think it's really clever that she did it on vellum as well as gold. Now the gold that she used is our metallic gold paper, And this is a 12 by 12 sheet, so you're going to get lots of die cutting out of that. And then vellum for the second one. And it's just a really pretty kind of ghosted shape. And you can see that she glued them offset. So the vellum is over on the left and the gold is over on the right. Very nice. Now you can apply them with glue, or you can use sticky specs. Now, we haven't featured sticky specs in a little while, but these are a fabulous adhesive, especially for intricate pieces like this. They're good for lots of things, but also the intricate pieces. And just in case you are not familiar, let me just open this up. And in this case, you have 4 sheets. I like to keep them in the full sheet and not cut it apart, because what you'll find out is that you just lift the liner and you place your die cut piece on here, put the liner back, gently rub, because you don't have to make it really hard, just gently. So we'll pick up some of these millions of micro dots, adhesive dots that are on this sheet, and then position your piece on your card, okay? And as I said, Heidi has done the layering exactly as I described it, and this is the sheet. It's called Wheelie Great Days, W-H-E-E-L-I-E. So there's a bicycle and there is a cart. Both have wheels, and that's what she has placed on top, and very fun. Now she's used all the layers. And so even though our foam tape is pretty thin that she used, it still does go up a bit. So that worked out nicely for her, but again, you can separate it. Now she also used another Hunkydory product, which is the bow maker. And that bow maker she used with our teal and aqua ribbon set to make a bow right there and zotted it in place. Now let me show you what she did on the inside, which I thought was really fun. And I'll explain why I have some Post-it notes right there. Come on, Post-it notes. Okay. Now Heidi also did some inking with her blending brushes on the inside. And her recommendation was to put Post-it notes, sticky notes, along the fold so that that ink won't bleed over. Now, another way you could do this, if you had not already done your card front, is you could fold it back and simply do your inking. So that would work too. So that's why I've got Post-it notes right there. I'll remove those so they don't interfere. And I just want to point out what else she has done here. So remember on that cutting die, there was a circle and there was also a border. Well, the border she very cleverly used along the fold, and I hope that you are seeing the vellum. It was offset and it almost looks like a ghosted image, really nice. Now she did with the 2 other pieces, the vellum and the circle out of gold, she positioned them on the card, glued them and sticky spec them into place, and then trim them off so that they're a little bit off the edge. The wishing you a wheelie great day is foam taped, another bow with the bow maker, and you can see how pretty that is. Another note is that she started with the lightest color at the edge and then went darker with the orange and then with the earth red. So really nice. So that inking process is what she has used on all 3 of the other cards in this collection. So want to tell you that. Okay, so we're going to move on, and this is her second card. And I love what she did because I don't think a cutting die has been used with our Dazzle 'em cards. And what a neat idea. So she used our oval, the 10 ovals and scalloped. Obviously, she just used the oval. And let me place it like that so you can see it a little bit better. And on this one, she used our Dazzle 'em swirls. So you can see those swirls at the top and the bottom of the art. Now, in this case, after die cutting that piece, and by the way, you're going to have an oval left. keep that. Don't throw it away because you're going to need it for the inside of this card, okay? Now, she has used blush prism ink pad and a blending brush again to go on this. And you can see that that blush is very light and just gives a really pretty color. She just did the outside of the card pretty gently on this. Now, she also has taken, here is the sheet that she used, and you can see that this has, see, this is called a sweet birthday, and it has the cake up here, and then it has some fun beverages down at the bottom, and she's used both on this card. So as you can see, I'm just going to open this up so it's a little clearer what I'm saying. She used the cakes down here, so there's the cake and the present, as you can see, and boy, that all those layers just really, of course, give it a 3D look, but you can really tell the difference. I can do it here in person, how that 3D really pops off of just the flat image. Flat image is fine and is foiled, so that's not bad, but that 3D, they call it decoupage, and that just layered it very nicely. Then there's also some additional flowers that she has placed up here. There is a tag that she foam taped and a paper bow on top. Then she added the pink jewel dazzles, and as you can see, everything is pink. It's not quite Barbie, but it certainly is pink and looks great. Now for the inside of her card, she's going to have a shadow. So take that oval that you die cut and then do the same thing with the blush and the blending brush to go right around. So blush and a blending brush is going to go all the way around. Then you can discard the oval if you like. And then you can see that she has used the drink part of that sheet down below. Again, same thing, and it's fun to have that peek through. So this is going to have all the layers down here. It's just one additional layer. And she's added, again, the greeting and the paper bow. And you can see that she's added the pink jewel dazzles in there. Anything that looks like a circle, all different shapes, all different sizes. And there you go. Very nice. Excellent idea. Well, she has even more ideas. And look at this. This is so fun. In fact, let me place it like this. And she has used another cutting die, so not just an oval this time. She has gone into one of my favorites. This is the butterfly window. So you can see that this is the piece that gets cut out, and you can see it right there. Really pretty. And this time, Heidi used the Dazzle Cards corners. So there are opposite corners is where the art is. And she kind of turned that oval just a little bit at an angle, but the butterfly just does really nicely in there. And then she's gone in and she's used some different ink pads. And again, with our famous blending brushes, probably a smaller one would work better on the inside areas. You can certainly use the larger brush on the outside. So warm honey on the outside, and that's going to coordinate nicely with the paper towel, the decoupage. And then the powder blue on the butterfly. And you can see it's heavier in the center and goes lighter on the edges, and then khaki on the greenery. So that just worked very nicely. So I'll just tuck these over and show you the sheet that she used, and it's this one. It is called Butterfly Blossoms, and you can see not only the butterflies, but you see the flowers down there, the blossoms, and that's what she's used on each of the corners. So the two corners have the art, and the other two corners have the decoupage, and you can see how you get multiple images. In fact, this is a really great way of what I was talking about in the beginning, where you can do multiple images out of one sheet. So that's nice to know. And I thought it was fun that she used the gingham ribbon for her bow. And obviously she went back to her trusty bow maker to make that perfectly. By the way, there are instructions on this, and that's just fine, but I did a video. So if you go to the product page, if you type in bow maker on the home page at the top, then you'll go to the product page and you'll see that video. So just to kind of give you a helping hand just in case. So the other thing that's going on with this front, and we'll have to get in close to see it, is there are dazzle butterflies. So you see the dazzle circles, and those are all the gold ones like we've used before. But do you see the butterfly there? And there's a butterfly there. Yes. So those are out of a package called 117 Beautiful Butterflies. So obviously you're going to get large butterflies. Let me open this pack. But you're also going to get some little guys. And see, there are, I think there's, let me see, does it, no, it doesn't say. I think there's something like 10 sheets in here, so it's quite a variety. And so here are, you can see lots of different butterflies, and also butterflies that are smaller. So they will be in there also. And so you can see that they're all different sizes as I show you these. So it's a wonderful mix. Now going to the inside of our card, look at that shine. Isn't that pretty? Well, Heidi used our white glitter cardstock and glued it to the inside of her card. And then again, talking about how you can maximize these layers. Now, in this package, you are going to get 32 sheets. So you get multiple sheets of each of them, and there are 8. So you'll be able to do exactly what she's done and have another one. This is flat on the inside with the greeting. More of our butterflies there and more of our gold jewel dazzles. Really gorgeous, great idea, Heidi, and thank you. Okay, I have one more card, and Heidi's done something different with this. Again, I have never seen this. So do you see, this is going to open, and it is crimped so that it gives a little bit of space because she made this quite layered on the inside. So if you're going to do it flat, you don't need to do that, but I thought it was really fun. So let me show you what she used and what she did. This is the Dazzle cards, top and bottom. And if you are intrigued and loving the Dazzle cards as much as we are, I want to tell you, there will be 5 new ones for the holidays, 1 for fall and 4 for the Christmas season. So that's nice to know. You can tell your friends. So what she did is she opened up her card, and the score line would be in the center, as you would expect. And that's the fold right here. So then she went over a 1/2 inch and did another score line. Now she used the adorable scoreboard. So here's what this looks like, and placed her card right there, and then used the bone folder and simply, so there's the fold, the first fold. Then she just went over a 1/4 inch, made another score, went over another 1/4 inch and made another score. And then you can see how she folded it. This was already folded. Then you went a valley fold and then made a mountain fold. So that shortened the front of the card. But what she did then, let me put these back, is she cut right around the art. And the art, let me bring it in, has a straight edge. So very clever. So she cut around that edge. You can see it straight there. And then went right around the decorative edge on the top and the bottom. Really pretty. Now, because I said all the things that she did on these cards had to do with the inks and the blending brushes, So she used, on this one, there is velvet fawn. She also used khaki, which is the green. And you can see that she used the fawn on the outside and the khaki on the inside. Really pretty, very soft look, which of course pairs nicely with the art that she selected. And this page is called Fairy Wishes. So there is a cottage at the top and there's a fairy down below. So that's nice. So in doing her card front, she has done the coloring and then she's done the foam taping of the fairy. Then she also went into doing something on the inside of her card. And the inside of her card is going to use, first of all, a gold cardstock. This is the Gold Mary cardstock. It comes in an A4 size. But she also used magnolia blossoms. Now again, the same soft colors that she used on the decoupage. So on the inside of her card, covering it with glue, doing the gold, putting it down, then taking one of the magnolia blossoms papers, mostly it's white with those beautiful flowers, and trimmed it down and glued it so it's even with the card fold, okay? Then she's got another of the layers of the little girl, and then the birthday wishes comes from the magnolia blossoms die cuts, and the love your smile, that also comes from the die cuts. So it's almost like a tab, a file folder tab right there. And I think that's really nice. And don't the colors play well with the front of the card? Now, speaking of the front of the card, let me go back there for just a moment. Again, to use the bow maker with the ivory ribbon, you can see that sheer ribbon right down there. She also added more fairies, and this is our never before seen fairies. And I pulled off the backing so that you can see them. So she's got fairies there, a fairy down here, and then the gold jewel dazzles again. This is 2 pieces of the magnolia blossoms die cuts with the foiled greeting from that Hunkydory sheet. On the inside, this is also from the die cuts, more fairies shimmering around and more of the gold jewel dazzles. So very neat. So you can see just with all of that. Oh, let's see. Wanted to show you the extra sheets. So there's the puppy and the kitten, but there's also birds and bunnies, as well as teacups, all sorts of teacups, as well as a envelope, and this is called Petals and Paper, and there's a book. So you get, though you've seen all of the papers, so that's very nice. All of those die cut foiled sheets. So it's called Amongst the Flowers. This is just an unusual package from Hunkydory, and it's really nice because you can easily use so many other things like the Dazzle 'em cards and the dazzles themselves, but I'm sure you have scraps of paper that would work perfectly well too. So that is our webisode today. I want to thank Heidi for doing such a great job and so innovative, and I love the fact that she gave new uses for the Dazzle 'em cards. There is a money saver that has all the cards and the kit together. It's over on the right side of your screen. You'll get a discount with that. Each of Heidi's cards is down below, and you can click on them if you want the instructions, so that will give you just an extra boost of creativity. And if you are watching this on YouTube, we want to thank you for watching. We hope that you will like us. We hope that you will make a comment. Tell us what you think. We are, Hunkydory has been with Hot Off the Press for, gosh, I'm thinking it's 15 years, maybe longer. And we are delighted to bring their products to the U.S. And I hope that you appreciate that. I know many of you have told me you do. And we also, if you're on YouTube, we hope you'll subscribe. Then head on over to paperwishes.com. Take advantage of that money saver. Down below, you can see all the products that Heidi used. So thank you for joining us, and as always, thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.